The sun enters Cancer on June 21st. What does that mean for you in your sign? Stick around to find out. Hey guys, if you haven't met me yet, I am Leesa. I am a certified tarot consultant whose goal is to help you leverage the power of the tarot to gain insights into yourself, navigate your future, and make your life amazing. And on this channel, I do pick a card readings, meditations, Tarotscope readings like this one here, and other tarot related videos. So if you're new here, go ahead, hit that subscribe button so that you can find my other videos and start tapping into those insights right away. So if you are new to my Tarotscope readings, welcome. If you found us, this reading is definitely meant for you, and I'm so glad to have you here. So I have two parts to this video. In the first part, we're going to talk a little bit about what we can all expect during the season of Cancer, and then I'm going to pull a card for each zodiac sign. And then this is going to indicate the general energies during this season for each individual sign. And then in the second part of the video, we're going to do a brief oracle card reading for all of the zodiac signs, and you will get to use your intuition to help narrow the focus of your message even more. So while I'm getting set up here and shuffling, let's discuss what type of energy we're all likely to run across during the season of Cancer. So Cancer is, in terms of the zodiac, the first water sign. It's cardinal water. And so we're talking about the beginning of summer if you're in the northern hemisphere, beginning of winter if you are in the southern hemisphere, but it is a cardinal water sign. So some of the feelings that come along with that are those nurturing feelings, that idea of being connected to the emotions, like I said, very kind of nurturing, mothering, caring type of feeling. So while the sun is in this particular sign, those are some of the feelings that we may see kind of come about. Like I said, cardinal energies, so things starting out, things coming afresh, and then a bit of a focus on the emotions as well. Now, we are all going to experience things a bit differently, right? Because we all have a different birth chart. So your sun, moon, and rising sign can help you really understand a bit more about what to expect. So which of these signs should you focus on? So generally, your rising sign frames your personality. It shows how you interact with the world. Your sun sign is kind of like your internal battery. It shows what drives you. It shows your purpose in life. And then your moon sign shows how you perceive and internalize your experiences. So depending on your birth chart, these three signs could be more or less pronounced, but it's a really good idea to pay attention to all three. See which one resonates with you the most. That's probably one that has the most play in your birth chart. So before we get started into this, just take a look. I'm going to put some timestamps here for each of the zodiac signs. If you could go ahead, and you're going to want to jump from each one. And then, of course, at the end, there is going to be that oracle card reading after you're done. So once you're done with all of your signs, make sure you jump to that oracle card reading at the end, and I'll include that timestamp as well. Okay. So what do we have here? Cancer season is from about June 21st every year to about July 22nd or thereabouts. All right. So Aries, let's see what we get here. And you have the Nine of Pentacles. And actually, I'm really happy to see this particular card for you, because oftentimes Cancer season is not a great season for Aries in general. The sun's not in a great position compared to your sun or your moon or your ascendant. But the Nine of Pentacles is a fantastic card. Look at her just lounging there. What I see for you over this next month is a feeling of home and belonging and feeling very comfortable in the space that you are in. Now, depending on which sign, of course, we're looking at, whether this is the way that you're greeting the world or whether this is dealing with, your moon sign would be more internal, but I definitely see a comfort level and a feeling of accomplishment in a lot of things for you. So the Nine of Pentacles, it's a beautiful card. So really bask in that, feel comfortable in that. The message I'm getting is to really dig into that. So be comfortable at home, be comfortable feeling at home in the places that maybe you're working, or the people that you are dealing with, or some of the emotions that you're feeling. But it's telling you to take it, internalize it, look at it. Don't shy away from it too much. So that's what I'm seeing for Aries. Okay, Taurus, what do we have for you? Oh, Knight of Cups, a Cups card in the middle of this watery season. So when I see the Knight of Cups, look at how close he is holding it there. A lot of times, Taurus, the Knight of Cups for me indicates a way where sometimes we're being a little bit reserved with our emotions. Perhaps we're holding it too close to us. You can see how he's pulling that tight. So depending on if this is your sun sign, your moon sign, or your ascendant, think about your emotions compared to, how you're either interacting with the world or what you're feeling kind of internally in the way you're processing things, and make sure that you're not clamped down and that you're not digging in or refusing to budge. You want to make sure that you are willing to look at the whole picture. Make sure you're not holding too tight to maybe some outdated ideas or outdated thoughts or feelings. All right, moving to Gemini then. Gemini, oh, the Magician card, beautiful card. In a time of the Cancer season, when we're looking at a very cardinal season, the Magician is reminding you to take control. Take control. Any projects that you have had, anything that you have thought you should get started on, this is the time. This is the time. You have the tools. Make sure before the month is over that you get yourself lined up and ready to move forward. Now, if this is your moon sign, then that is going to be something in regards to the way that you are internalizing things and how you are kind of digesting the world around you. So think about any fresh starts that need to be done internally and look at it that way. But the Magician is definitely saying, seize the day. Don't let this season go by without you taking action and moving forward. All right, so Gemini, interesting. Okay, so we actually have the Death card, but it is reversed. And on this particular deck, you can see that what we have in the reverse position is basically new life, new ability to birth something brand new. And I love that we're talking about the sign of Cancer in Cancer season. So we're talking about really nurturing something. So recently, something that you had that's moving away, something that you are transitioning away from, there is something new budding there, something ready for you to nurture and move ahead with. So once again, take a look. Is this your sun sign? Is this your ascendant? Is this your moon sign? What could this be referring to? But make sure that you nurture that thing. Make sure that you are prepared to give it what it needs so that it is ready to move into a new life. Okay, Leo. All right, Leo. So 9 of Wands here, but reversed. So I am seeing, now this is, you are a fire sign, Leo. This is Wands card, so dealing with fire. And I'm getting the sense here that you might need to back off. You may need to take a break. You may have overstretched yourself. Now, whether that is in the area, it's going to depend on what the sign is for you. So if Leo is in your sun or your ascendant, it's going to feel a little bit different than if it's in your moon sign. But think about where it's sitting. Where have you overstretched yourself? Is it something internal? Is it something with dealing with other people? Is it something, maybe some goals that you've set for yourself that you've overstretched? But I think it's telling you here I'm getting a sense to kind of pull back, reset, rethink, and consider how can I better tackle this? Because it looks like you're on a path to either burnout or some sort of struggle, or just feeling exhausted with your particular goal. All right, Virgo. The Chariot. Virgo, I hate to tell you to try to get control of your situation, because as a Virgo, I know that that's constantly something that you are trying to pin down to make sure that things are exactly the way that they need to be. I love this card though. Look at the dragons and stuff on there. Beautiful. All right, so this is just saying to you, hey, take some time, look at everything once again, and make sure that you are prepared to move forward. And Virgos, I know you have that in hand. I know that's something that you feel really comfortable with generally, but it's telling you, hey, take a look again, make sure you're all set, double check, make sure you've dotted all your I's, you crossed all your T's, and then once you do that, move forward in confidence. And Virgo, I know sometimes you can sometimes get analysis paralysis. Just move, okay? If you've done all the work and you have checked all the boxes and you know where you are with stuff, just move. Don't delay any longer. It's time to get going. All right, Libra. And for Libra, this could be something that could be a little bit of more of a difficult month, just simply because of the nature of where the sun is in the sky. So it could be impacting you in different ways, depending on if this is your sun sign, your ascendant, or your moon sign. With the sun being in Cancer, at some point during this time period, during this month, you're going to feel a little bit out of sorts. And depending on which one of your planets is in this sign is going to indicate kind of what's going on with that. But with the Hermit card, I'm seeing here that two things. I'm getting two messages here. One, some of you, especially if this is your moon sign, I feel like you might retreat internally and kind of back away. Actually, I see that with the ascendant too, sort of hermiting away from other people. Okay, so if this is your ascendant or your moon, I see it as a warning. Be careful that this month could be a little bit more difficult, but what that does not mean is that you should run away from people that you love and things that you enjoy. Be very careful. I see if this is your sun sign, I feel like you need to look internally to find your own light and make sure that you are working on your own light, so to speak, this month. So if this is your sun sign, work on your battery, work on your sun. What is it that makes you excited? What lights you from within? And Libras, make sure you don't lose track of that, because for some of you, this is going to be a bit of a tricky month. All right, moving on to Scorpio. Scorpio, all right. Scorpio, deep in the depths of the water sign. I know that you are oftentimes about diving deep and seeing what can be there. This is a month for you to go it alone. You have had something that you've been thinking about, and you've been probably delaying this thing because you've been looking for support or guidance from outside, but I'm getting the sense that you have known what it is that you need to do or the action you need to take. You just need to move. This is a month for standing on your own and making that action moving forward there. So look at whether this is your ascendant, your moon, your sun sign, and try to determine what is this thing that you've been focusing on that you know you need to move on. Don't wait for someone else. You need to do this on your own. And this is interesting because I'm also getting this. I got this for Gemini as well. Very, very similar idea of taking the reins and moving forward. Okay. Sagittarius. King of Cups. Oh, wonderful. In this time of water, this Cancer time period, we get the King of Cups. So Sagittarius, I know you're always shooting for the stars. You're always looking out and beyond and thinking about how could things be absolutely awesome. And of course, whether this is your moon, your rising, or your sun sign is, how that Sagittarius energy impacts you in your life. But the King of Cups, I think, is telling you, it's reminding you about wisdom. It's asking you to dig into the wisdom that you have around you. So if this is your moon sign, I think it is saying dig into your own personal wisdom. What have you gained from experiencing the world around you? What have you internalized over time, and how can you use that to bring you forward? If this is your rising sign, your ascendant sign, what can you gather from the world around you and put that together and light it into something new and amazing, and shoot for the stars that way? And if this is your sun sign, think once again about what are some of your goals, what are some of the things that you've been trying to reach, how can you pull upon the wisdom of other people and the environment around you and what you know at your very core to make sure that you are moving ahead in your goals. So King of Cups for Sagittarians. All right, moving forward to Capricorn. Capricorn, for you, the sun is directly opposite of your sign. So for many of you, this could be a difficult month. Now, depending on where that's coming, whether that's your moon sign, your sun sign, or your rising sign, is going to determine kind of how you're feeling, a bit of that push-pull. But I love this because we have the Lovers card for you this month, which means that this is a time for you to work through this month with a partner. This could be a month for you to find a new partner, to make a new relationship, or if this is something, especially if that's your rising sign, I believe it's going to be something more focused on an external stimulus. If this is something where you have your moon sign here, I'm seeing more something of you falling in love with something about yourself or a new hobby, especially your sun sign. It could be a new hobby, something that actually lights your fire, so to speak. The Lovers can sometimes be about other people, but oftentimes it's just about that genuine love and affection for something, anything. It doesn't necessarily have to be another person. But beautiful card for you, Capricorn. Okay, moving on to Aquarius then. Three of Pentacles reversed. All right, so Aquarius, this is a time period for you where you, I think, are going to feel worn out. This is something where you may feel like other people are judging you. You may feel like the work that you do is not good enough. You may feel like no matter what you do this month, nothing is sticking, nothing is coming through, nothing is hitting. And that's a really tough place to feel. So anytime I see something that's kind of negative like this in a card, I think, okay, how can we flip the card upright? Now, look at him when he's upright. Look, he's happy, he's working, everything's good that way. But when it's reversed, I feel like there's a lot of exhaustion and frustration here. So depending on which sign this is in for you, I would say that's your key to try to determine how can you find what you need to basically recharge yourself to be able to move forward. For some of you, this might be finding the support you need. For others, I think it's just going to be about taking a break. So be careful not to overextend this month, Aquarius. That is something that I see as a definite likelihood. And for my wonderful Pisces, Five of Swords. Okay, Pisces. So very similar to what I saw with Aquarius. This is going to be a battling month for you, which is very interesting. It is a sign of water. The month is this month of Cancer, but we have here this Five of Swords. And when I see the swords, I think a lot of communication and sometimes our internal dialogue. So depending on if this is your moon sign, your sun sign, your rising sign, think about how that's going to impact the way that you're communicating with others or how you're communicating with yourself. If this is your moon sign, if Pisces is your moon sign, be very careful about the way you speak to yourself this month, because I see that could be a real issue. If this is your rising sign, be careful about the way that you interact with other people, in the way that you allow other people to impact you, in the way that their speech is, in the way that their comments are. And this could be in person or it could be online as well. And for those of you who have this as your sun sign, Pisces, I know a lot of times people who have Pisces can be sensitive in general to what other people think and feel. So certainly be aware of what other people are saying, but you don't have to internalize absolutely everything. You can't help absolutely everyone. And sometimes you just need to walk away. So that's what I'm seeing there for Pisces. So on to the second part of the reading, the oracle reading. So while I am shuffling, I want you to take just a quick minute here to slow your breathing and get into that nice fuzzy headspace. Your intuition is going to have a lot to play here. So take a minute to just do that. And by the way, I'd love to find out what type of people are watching. So leave a comment below. Let me know, if you're checking out your moon sign, your sun sign, your rising sign, and what those are. That'd be really interesting to me. Okay. All right, so hopefully you have turned on your intuition. So I have 3 cards here, and I want you to take a look at these 3 cards and decide which card out of the 3 speaks to you today. And that is going to indicate a little bit more about this particular oracle card for you. So this is card 1, card 2, card 3. So if you chose card 1, then this oracle card right here is going to be a message about your head. If you chose card 2, this is going to speak to your spirit. And if you chose card 3, this is going to speak to your heart. So just a little bit of directing this to you. And the card that we got is the magnetic South Pole. Look at the beautiful blues in that. And it says, it is acceptable not to know. Mystery is the part of life. Acceptance allows me to begin to grow. So think about this in relation to either your head, your spirit, or your heart. That idea of having mystery be part of life, and it's acceptable not to know absolutely everything, and being able to move into the future with those some of those uncertainties and being okay with that. So, and that's it for today's reading, guys. If this resonated with you, please go ahead and hit that like button. And if you like this type of video, be sure to subscribe so that you'll get it next month. And as a reminder, this is a more general reading. So if you're looking for a more specific one-on-one reading, I can do that for you. Just head over to my website, hit me up there, see what types of things I have available. Thanks again for hanging out with me, guys. I hope you have an amazing Cancer season, and I'll see you next time.